Good morning, traders. It is 9/27, November 20th. It's a Friday, and I've got two stocks on the watch list right now. They're from the top gainers list. Let me just show you real quick here. Top gainers pre-market. Then I like to click all, organized by volume. The number one trading stock right now is a penny stock, Ttnp, with 24 million shares trading just in the pre-market alone. And then the next one is AYRO with 6.3 million shares trading, almost 6.4. And the other ones don't really look so hot. IDX I was looking at, but I just didn't like the way it's trading lately, later this morning. So that's all I'm watching. So this is supposed to be grayed out. I don't know why it's not right now. Wow, it looks like, yeah, the whole pre-market thing isn't showing for some reason. Let me try this. There we go. Yeah, so it's a little glitch there. All right, so the interesting thing is that AYRO is up pretty high on the daily chart. It's extended quite a bit, but it moved a lot in the pre-market, almost or about $2, and now selling off. So the question is, when the market opens, what will happen? Because the market, the intraday is definitely influenced by the pre-market, but it's kind of like an all bets are off thing. When the market opens, anything can happen. Basically what this tells you, and when you see these candles with all this volume, these are 1 minute candles, it tells you that there's going to be a ton of volatility at the open. It doesn't really tell you with much certainty which direction the price is going to go, but it lets you know, if you're a volatility trader, a scalper, that you want to keep an eye on those stocks, because you may see a pattern where you have a good entry. And the same thing is true here on this penny stock. Really has all of the volume, the majority of the volume out of these two stocks. But I took a couple trades on it in the pre-market, which were essentially break-even trades. I made a video about it. You can check it out if you want to. It was kind of annoying trades, but and there were reasons why it was a break-even, or really a small loser, when it could have been a big winner. It made this huge move here early on. So market's about to open. So let's see what happens. I'm trying to also look. Okay, now this one looks like it's pushing up real strong here. So when I get over to my trade page real quick here. All right. So that's to be expected. I wish let me just switch the time frame, because this page doesn't look right. Neither does this one. So these are the little glitches sometimes. I probably should have restarted my platform. I had it open for a little while. So the high is 767. And right now we're at 731. This thing is running. I don't think I have enough to, yeah, I can't get in with my hotkeys here because I don't have it set up for 100 shares. All right. All right, so this is not looking good. If I come away green on this one, it will be almost pure luck. I'm trying to catch that 28-cent mark. Let me just get out because watch it run now. Of course. So yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a chase. I was trying to get the break of this one candle, of this 1 minute candle, and there it goes. Oh man, don't you just love day trading? All right. So yeah, these are really tricky for me for so many reasons. Part of it is because I don't have my hotkey set up to handle these penny stocks. So I had to kind of jump in really quick with my order book. You saw that. So that was really tricky. And I lost 12 cents on this in the pre-market. So let's see if I recovered any or if I just added to my loss. So I recovered 7 cents on that one. So was that worth it? Probably not. So let's see so I made 7 cents on that trade. So that's going to make this -5, which I'm exactly break even on the week. That was a pretty lame trade, I have to say. There was a lot of stuff in my mind leading up to that. You know, there was money to be made. Even in the trade that I took, there was money to be made. You see that this thing went up all the way to 29 cents. I could have actually taken a profit on that, but you know, this is the reality of day trading. Is things don't always go as planned. So I was looking. You know, let's just double check here, see what happened with AYRO. Did I pick the right stock? No, I didn't. So this one actually gave a nice entry right here on the reversal. So that's, I mean, yeah, that would have been a pretty easy trade right there. So that sucks, you know, but that's day trading for you. And I don't think I'm in the right frame of mind to take another trade because, like I said, you know, I try my best to not let emotion or FOMO or revenge trading or anything get to me. But I'm still human, and you know, I don't always trade perfectly. So just in case you didn't see the previous video that I made for the pre-market. This was the big move here on Ttnp, which happened around 4 a.m., which is probably a trade I would have been in. Not for this whole thing for sure, but probably entering here and getting a lot of this move, or entering here and getting some of this move. Because normally I'm up around 4 a.m. and today I wasn't. I didn't get up till almost 6, and I saw the Ttnp on the watch list, and I pulled it up, and it was this had already happened. And it was like over here when I pulled it up. So I was looking for like a pullback trade, you know, like once this thing pulled back to get in. And I tried, you know, a couple of entries, and they both basically failed. You should just watch the video because there were some interesting things that happened during it where I could have made some profit, but it was just chopping around so much that I wasn't able to. So that resulted in a very small loss. And then this is interesting to see this hit the resistance here and come right back down. So that's just kind of like a cool little lesson there, because that was the high of the pre-market. So if you were in this thing for a reversal trade, which would have been what I would have taken on it, that would have been your ultimate target if you had the stomach to stay in that long. Not to say that it can't break that level, of course it can, but that's going to be a really common place where the majority of people that bought into it here would sell. So this thing might offer another entry after this pullback, but I don't know, man. Feel like I'd be definitely FOMO trading at that point. And the price action isn't very clean. And I need to make sure that I have enough for 2 trades. And the pre-market, probably not actually. Well, if I change my percentage, but so anyway, let me just go back to Ttnp if you're still watching. So, the idea, just so you know, that wasn't like totally crazy what I was trying to do there. But so I'm trying to buy the break of that 1 minute candle, and in the hope that it continued higher, because that does happen a lot without really much of a pullback. That's what I was looking for. And once I saw, that it started to pull back, then I started, thinking about, which I should have, one of my rules is I need to have my stop loss defined before I enter the trade. And it was moving so quick that I kind of jumped in. That's never a good thing, without really acknowledging my stop loss, knowing that the bottom of this candle would be the ultimate stop for me. But that doesn't mean that's a loss that I'm willing to take, because I entered in about 28 cents and the bottom of this candle is 25 cents. At 100 shares, that's $3. That would be a pretty big hit for me. So that's not something I was really interested in taking. And I just kind of got lucky that when this candle closed, it gave me the possibility of a much tighter stop, or maybe I should say when that one opened, because it looked like, let's see, the lows are the same. So once I got, that was basically a gift that it basically gave me a much tighter stop. So I was only risking really $1 at that point, but that was pure luck. That was not on my skill by any means. And I think I exited most of my shares here on this candle, and just didn't have really the stomach to wait it out because of everything leading up to that point that I just mentioned. It just all felt kind of sour, and having the loss that I took in the back of my mind from earlier, yeah, of course we're not supposed to trade on emotion. Good luck with that. It's easier said than done. I have strict rules and plan in place that my thing is that you're never going to get away from your emotions. We're all human beings. We're always going to be influenced by our emotions and our feelings when we trade. And your best defense against them is to have strict rules and a good plan in place that can help you avoid being influenced by those emotions. That's really the trick with day trading. So here's a nice entry there, but I'm not going to trade it. I'm just pointing it out. But anyway, yeah, so that's the thing is you just cannot you can't expect for your emotions to ever go away or ever stop having some influence on your day trading. That's always going to be the case. You can get better at recognizing it, things like that, but I think this whole idea of learning to trade without emotion is kind of silly. It's really you know, even there's a guy, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a guy YouTube who's an okay trader, but he's a pretty big name on YouTube, and that's like his slogan, you know, is to trade without emotion. And you see him trade with emotion all the time. And he admits it. I mean, not knocking the guy. I mean, I think the guy, you know, he's a good YouTuber, a good educator, you know, and he's honest and he shares, you know, his real trading experience. But it's like his whole idea is based on a fallacy, trading without emotion. We're all going to be trading with emotions every single day. You know, we don't have a switch inside of us that we can flip off and stop trading with emotions. Why do you think every trader has, you know, every good successful trader has a trading plan and has strict rules for their strategy? Every single one of those rules and points in their strategy is all based on avoiding being trading because of some emotional response. So I think that should tell everyone right there that this whole idea of trading without emotion is really just not possible. So you can still be a successful trader. You can still be a profitable trader with your emotions. You just can't let them drive your trading. And that's why you have to have your plan and your strategy in place and just get better and better at following it and trading it as precisely as possible. That's it. And look at AYRO gapping up really big here. This would have been a great entry if I was doing the reversal play. I would have gotten in for the break of this candle here, which is 73.8. So what am I saying? 73.8, $7.38. So I would have got in at 7.39 here. This wouldn't have been honestly. Here's what would have happened. So this is a good little lesson here. If you're still watching, I would have got in here and I would have sold half somewhere on the way up. I have no idea how this candle formed, how choppy it was. So I can't tell you, you know, that I would have gotten half out at the top. I have no idea where I would have gotten that out. But my stop loss would have been here. It would have been pretty easy to define that. Although that's a pretty big range. So, but let's just say, for example's sake, that was where my stop loss was. Then, you know, hopefully I would have sold some here for a profit. Now my strategy says that once I sell partial shares for profit, that I have to get out when it comes back down to my entry. So I would have gotten out there. Now some other traders for sure that are, you know, trade with a different style than me would have said, you know what, I've decided this is where my stop loss is and I'm not going to get out until it hits my stop. And they would have stayed in the trade and they would have been able to take advantage of this move. And that's really, you know, the right way to do it. But I feel like because I'm starting out, you know, and I have a small account and I've taken, you know, losses before that I shouldn't have, that I really just need to be careful about protecting my capital for now. Maybe when I get, you know, a nice big cushion under me, then I'll start taking a little bit more risk like that so that I can take advantage of these bigger moves. But for now, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, where I just take some profits on the pops and then sell out when it comes back down to my entry. And that's it. That's the plan. So that's it for today, and I'm ending the week. I guess I didn't do this. I didn't update something. Oh yeah, I guess I did. What? Hold on, something's wrong here. You can definitely stop watching now. I just had the thing recording. But so what happened here? So I was down 12 and then up 7. So I should be down 5 cents here, I think. I screwed something up. I'm going to have to look at this and play with this later because I think in the process of making the video, I messed up. But I think I'm essentially break even this week. And you know what? Looking at my account, I'm trying to think if I even want to take a trade. Because if I take a trade in the aftermarket, then I'm probably not going to have anything for the pre-market to trade. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take anything. It'd have to be something really good for me to take a trade in the aftermarket. So you may or may not see me later for an aftermarket trade video. So either way, this is a really long video. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you got something out of it. And if I don't see you later, have a great weekend. And my game plan going into next week is to just keep studying my strategy and my plan, and just stick to it a little bit better next week, because the only reason this week is break even is because of times where I didn't really stick to my strategy. So anyway, at least I'm still green on the month. So, but that's not something I can take too much pride in. I have to straighten up my act next week for sure. So, all right. Once again, have a great weekend. See you guys either later today or next week. Take care.